In realms where magic weaves in threads where dragons soar and heroes tread, an AI muse both wise and sly transforms our thoughts as ink flows dry. From dungeons deep to castles grand, together we craft a wondrous land, a tapestry of fate and chance, where every roll ignites the dance. So let us write with heart and code in this enchanted shared abode. Welcome back, adventurers of the internet. We poke fun at AI a lot on this channel. The truth is, I use AI all the time as I prepare for games. It is an incredibly useful tool, and today we're going to look at one of the ways I use AI to prepare for my games. Today we're talking about poetry. And here we are. This, of course, is ChatGPT, and today we're going to use it to create some poetry, specifically 3 different things that I use ChatGPT for as far as poetry in my games. The first one here is to use ChatGPT to create a poem that tells my players the location of magical items. In this case, there are 3 magical items that I want my players to go and find. This would be communicated to the players through a stone tablet, or a scrawl upon a wall, or perhaps by a dragon, or a deity of some sort. However they receive this information, here is the prompt I gave ChatGPT. Create a D&D poem that describes the location of 3 magical items. Have them be in 3 very different locations. That's important. I have done this before where I've just asked for locations for 3 different things, and they have all been very close. I want to force or encourage my players to explore the world and to travel, because that is the fun of D&D. Write 4 stanzas total. Why 4? Because 3 are needed to describe where these magical items are, and the 4th one is usually a wrap-up. We'll see that in a moment. And here is what ChatGPT came up with. In the heart of a forest where the shadows play, a whispering wind guides the brave astray. Beneath the gnarled roots of an ancient oak lies the crystal leaf. In silence it spoke. The cool thing about having AI create these poems for you is that it sparks ideas that you would never otherwise have. So maybe you're copying and pasting this right into your D&D notes and you are reading it verbatim to your players. Perhaps you're taking it and tweaking it a little bit, or it just gives you an idea of where to place these 3 magical items. So right off the bat here, we have this crystal leaf. That is such a cool picture. You have this translucent or transparent green crystal that looks like a leaf. Another cool thing here is, of course, we're in the heart of a forest, so deep forest. That adds the ability to add some really cool elements. And then a whispering wind guides the brave astray. What a cool detail. So your players enter this forest and they are led astray by this wind that is seemingly very charismatic, trying to guide them to the right spot, but it takes them to the wrong location. Cool. And then it is found beneath the gnarled roots of an ancient oak. Perhaps this ancient oak is alive and moving, and the final boss, perhaps before they find the crystal leaf. Here in the second stanza, high on a mountain where the eagles soar, a temple of stone guards a mystical door. The flame keeper's pendant, aglow with its might, awaits those who climb to the peak's blinding light. Awesome ideas that spark creativity here. We have this flame keeper's pendant constantly glowing. Perhaps it is the peak's blinding light, so it's at the top of a ziggurat or a temple perhaps, and they have to enter this doorway of sorts in order to get up to it. The third magical item, and in the 3rd stanza, in a cavern deep where the waters gleam, echoes of secrets drift like a dream. The siren's tear in a pool dark and deep holds the power to wake or to bind those who sleep. This is so cool. Again, we have 3 very different settings, and so different enemies, different terrain, 3 different magical items. This one called the Siren's Tear, and this one is in a dark pool that is very deep. The ideas and the possibilities of what you can have lurking in that pool, endless and awesome. And then just this last sentence alone is really cool, and you could expound upon and expand into the lore of this specific item. All 3 items together allow you to defeat the big baddie or do whatever mission that they're supposed to be doing. And then that final stanza here, the 4th stanza, as noted, it's just a nice wrap-up stanza, and usually it sparks some ideas or wraps things up, summarizes, and that's cool too. Seek these treasures, brave souls, if you dare, through forest, high mountain, and depths beyond care. For in each enchanted spot magic does weave a tale of adventure for those who believe. And so this is the first way I use poetry through ChatGPT or AI for my D&D campaigns or one-shots. As you can see, in under 2 seconds, we got this amazing poem, either a jumping off point or a verbatim idea you can use right away in your D&D campaign to inspire your players and show them that your world is big and interesting and there's going to be some cool, exciting adventures ahead. The second way I use AI to create poems is to enumerate or talk about magical items that the players find. I find it adds a little flair to the mix. Sometimes it's said by a monster or another player or character, and so here's just one. The prompt is, write a haiku about the powers of a magical orb for my players so they know what it does. The haiku is important because it's a short little poem. You don't want to read a 4-stanza poem about the magic of an orb or a staff. But here, really quick, in the orb's soft glow, secrets of the ancients flow, wield fate with a whisper. The reason I like this is, again, it sparks cool ideas. We've got this cool orb with a soft glow. It's always emanating light. It's got secrets of ancient magic or flowing magic inside of it. That's a cool aspect you could describe or play upon. And then wielding fate, perhaps a luck feat or a luck roll is within grasp because of this item. And then this is a cool idea, again, that I would not have thought of. I wouldn't have put these two together, but what a cool idea that to activate this item, perhaps you need to whisper to it. If you talk to it, it doesn't work. The third and final way that I use AI to create poetry for my games is to create epic poems for warriors or characters in the game. Sometimes for players' characters, sometimes for NPCs. But either way, it adds some color and life to your game and to the characters that they're going to meet. It makes them more excited to meet those characters perhaps, or gives them more respect for them. Here the prompt is, write a brief epic poem. Remember to put brief in there. Write a brief epic poem about a warrior in a D&D fantasy world that fought and won many battles by his luck and bravery. Again, the cool thing about AI is you can add little details. If you want this person to be tall, wearing glasses, whatever you might want, this is really a cool way to do it. You can adjust it to fit your desires and your needs for your homebrew. And here's what ChatGPT spit out in 2 seconds. In a realm where shadows twist and weave, a warrior bold none can believe. With steel in hand and heart ablaze, he carved his path through battle's haze. Through forests dark and mountains high, his laughter rang a fearless cry. For luck, it danced upon his side. As foes fell down, their fate denied. That's great. 100 points, ChatGPT. With every clash, his legend grew, a tale of bravery, fierce and true. He faced the dragons fierce and grand with cunning wit and steady hand. From goblin horde to giants tall, he stood undaunted, never to fall. The whispers spoke of his fabled name, a hero forged in glory's flame. But in the quiet, after the strife, he pondered deep on the cost of life. For luck may guide the sword's keen edge, yet bravery's bond is the warrior's pledge. So raise a glass to the daring soul whose heart was strong and made him whole. In every battle, in every fight, he shone like stars in the endless night. It seems like it's more of a toast poem. You could eliminate that. You can adjust at will. That's the nice thing about using AI. This poem would have taken me an hour or longer to write, something half as good or 3/4 as good. But you can just plug in the details and use this, or use it as a launching pad for your own ideas. And that's all we have today. I hope you are convinced that using AI for poetry in your games is a good idea. Maybe you saw some good ideas that you didn't think of before to use ChatGPT or AI for in your games. Please go try it for yourself. It's so much fun and so easy and obviously free. As always, click the buttons below, hit subscribe so you don't miss our next video or next review, and we will see you next time.